Somebody asked, so I gotta deliver. I'm gonna give y'all my top 5 Red Rangers and Power Rangers. Coming in at number 5, we got Carter from Lightspeed Rescue. And hey, as a kid, I don't know what it was, but Carter for me just did not look like a cool Red Ranger at first. Like, I'm not talking about the suit, I'm talking about Carter himself. He looked like a librarian with muscles. Like, his character just wasn't it for me. But as I rewatched when I got older, Carter is a W Red Ranger. My boy put in the work. He really wanted to do what's best for his team. He really tried his best to be a great leader. He never really abused his power. He really wasn't a cocky Red Ranger. My boy just wanted to always be the best version of himself. And to me, that's a W Red Ranger. And I feel like that was the first adult Red Ranger that we got, where he was, you know, not saying the other Red Rangers were childish or nothing like that, but at the end of the day, they were teenagers. Tommy was a teenager. Jason was a teenager. Leo was still pretty young and immature, but in Lightspeed Rescue, it was a breath of fresh air to have somebody seem so responsible to be a Red Ranger. I like that Carter respected his team. He respected Captain Mitchell. He empowered his team to, you know, be the best version of themselves. Just like I said, he wanted to be the best version of himself. And on top of that, any crossover that Carter was in, my boy really showed he can hang with the big dogs. You feel me? My boy brought that energy where it's like, oh yeah, that's a Red Ranger right there. So yeah, Carter, W Red Ranger for sure. Coming in at number 4, we got Jason from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. And hear me out, this has nothing to do with, they're the OGs, this, that, and the third. And some of y'all gonna say he should have been number 1 because he's an OG. I don't give a fuck about none of that. I'm sorry. I put him at number 4 because personally, I don't remember too much about Mighty Morphin. That was before my time. It was the first season I watched, but I was like 3 years old, you know. I just think his voice actor, his lines, like his action call-outs or whatever are really cool. Hearing Jason get back into morphin mode and say back to action was probably one of my favorite things ever. I just feel like Jason had a really cool voice for Red Ranger, and on top of that, him and Tommy, their martial arts was top tier. Jason as a martial artist, seeing him do his moves and teach Billy how to do karate was one of the reasons why I wanted to do karate as a kid. I loved watching Jason's fight scenes outside of the suit where he's just in his everyday Angel Grove clothes kicking some putty ass. Jason, I would have loved to see him in the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger movie. I wish we would have got that. No disrespect to Rocky, but I feel like Jason in that movie would have been top tier. Coming in at number 3, we got Wes from Power Rangers Time Force. And I love Wes. I love a Red Ranger that's different. I like that Wes, I mean, I know I spoke on earlier Carter being mature, but I love that Wes came in and he was lighthearted. He wasn't cocky or nothing like that. He was just living life. You know, he's the son of a rich man. You feel me? So before Time Force came around, Wes's worries were something completely different. But once he embraced Time Force, to me, he was a great Red Ranger. He knew how to step back and let Jen still do what she needs to do and lead. But he also knew when it was time to mature, step up to the plate, and get the job done. Coming in at number 2, we got Andros from Power Rangers in Space. And I mean, come on, the silent assassin from the first episode. My boy snuck into a base full of powerful villains, full suit on. That was a great introduction to a Red Ranger, you feel me? He got his team that stowed away on his ship, so obviously he not going to embrace them immediately. He want to see what the fuck is going on, but once he realized they ain't even morphed up and they really willing to get on that field and do what's good for the universe, maybe I do need to help them out. Gets them the morphers, and it's a go from there. My boy Andros led that team to perfection, if you ask me. Being somebody that's not even from Earth, you feel me? Yeah, he might look like a human, but my boy is from a planet called KO-35. He don't know nothing about the way humans operate, but he did the best that he could and found a way to lead his team, to me, to a successful run as Power Rangers. The fact that his best friend almost lost his life protecting him, and instead of abandoning him or forgetting about him, my boy Andros made sure that his best friend was, at least his heart was still beating. So if there's even a chance that I can get my best friend back and give him the life he deserves, I'ma fucking do that. The fact that Andros was put in a difficult position to have to take out Zordon to save the universe, which, don't get me wrong, I mean, he did what he had to do, but I don't know. I feel like some people would have struggled to make that decision, you know? And Andros had to do it. I feel like that's a W Red Ranger right there, because you know he didn't want to do that. And nobody would want to have to hurt Zordon if you're not a bad guy. And on top of that, my boy Andros had all this going on, leading a new team, saving the universe, while he's trying to find his lost sister. And the whole fucking time, the person that he's looking for is right in front of him. It's his fucking mortal enemy. And now he's got to try to convince her that, hey, we not beefing. The person you got with you or around you is the reason we beefing, but me and you, we blood. Andros' fucking entire character and story makes him an amazing Red Ranger. And honestly, probably should have been number 1, but my next choice, I just fuck with him heavy. Coming in at number 1, we got Jack from Power Rangers SPD. And I mean, come on. My boy didn't even want to be a ranger in the beginning. My boy was a Robin Hood on an alien planet, stealing from people so he can give to the poor. My boy was already a hero. He was just misguided, you feel me? But once he seen that there was something bigger he could be doing, and seen that his day one needed help, my boy was there. And he ain't come through bullshit. My boy came through with the shits. And on top of that, he wasn't your everyday Red Ranger where it's just, boom, first episode, I'm ready for action. This is what we gonna do. I'm gonna lead the team to perfection. I'm the perfect guy. No, my boy needed to develop. Once he realized he was a Red Ranger and he had power, he got cocky with it. He was abusing his power. He had to learn to be a team player instead of just being the spotlight guy or just being somebody who's in charge. My boy went from resenting Sky because Sky was jealous of him and had to understand Sky's reasoning for being upset. And they built a bond and trusted each other. And he started to acknowledge Sky. Jack went from, oh, I can do this and you need to do that, to, Sky, you the better shot. You go ahead and take care of this. I love that as the show went on and they started to develop friendship between all of each other, not just a few characters. Individually, they all started to become friends. Jack stood up for the Rangers. He talked back to Kruger, which sometimes he wasn't always right, but sometimes he was. When Kruger would act out of emotion from something he was dealing with in his past, Jack would stand up and say,
wait a minute. I don't care who you are. You can't talk to us like that.
I like that. You're not just gonna sit there and kiss ass. No, stand up for the people that you fight on the battlefield with. Jack was rebellious at the right time. Sometimes at the wrong ones. But for the most part, Jack was rebellious at the right times. And you already know what I gotta bring up. Handing over his morpher to allow Sky to deal with the issue and be the Red Ranger for that moment and get that closure. That, to me, was one of the best episodes in SPD in general. I feel like that was the start of Jack and Sky becoming actual friends and comrades, and less of, we just on the same team for the same purpose, but I don't like you. I like that. You know, not everybody starts off and it's just, oh, we buddy Power Rangers, yay. Like, nah, there was a real story behind it, real development behind those characters. And to me, that helps make you like the team more, if I'm being honest. At least it made me like the team even more. The only thing I didn't agree on with Jack is just leaving SPD at the end without saying goodbye. Which, yeah, you know, he had his little girlfriend or whatever, and they ended up catching him later on. But Jack, y'all went through all of that just for you to dip like that, bro? But it was cool because, once again, he was okay with passing the torch, allowing Sky to actually become the Red Ranger, and my boy Bridge stepped up to become the Blue Ranger. I feel like from episode 1 to... I'm literally dying. Do it then. From episode 1 to the very end, watching Jack develop was one of the best parts of SPD. So yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think of my list. Let me know y'all's top 5 Red Rangers in the comments. And as always, may the power protect you.